Right here in the heart of Abia, the big one has come. Nostro Communications is here to bring you the best in the world of news and current affairs, music and entertainment, debate and interviews, foreign news, the family, life and documentaries, teens time out, kiddies time, sports updates. All will be showing live via Alpha Spin TV. Right here in the heart of Abia, the big one has come. Nostro Communications is here to bring you the best in the world of news and current affairs, music and entertainment, debate and interviews, foreign news, the family, life and documentaries, teens time out, kiddies time, sports updates. All will be showing live via Alpha Spin TV. Alpha Spin TV, the freedom to choose.
Right here.
Right here in the heart of Abia, the big one has come. Nostro Communications is here to bring you the best in the world of news and current affairs, music and entertainment, debate and interviews, foreign news, the family, life and documentaries, teens time out, kiddies time, sports updates. All will be showing live via Alpha Spin TV. Alpha Spin TV, the freedom to choose.
Right here with me is the member representing Ikwuano, Umuahia North and South Federal Constituency in the Green Chambers. Talking about Right Honorable Obi Aguocha.
Thank you very much.
Highly welcome, sir. A quick one before we move into a more interesting question. The government of Dr. Alex Choma OFR is it's less than 1 year old. It's not up to 1 year.
7 months old.
Thank you. So how can you evaluate? Yeah, just say it when
It's fantastic now.
How can you
How
evaluate?
can you not see the fantastic job that this government is doing? What has happened is the full restoration of our estate. But before you can have restoration, even the biblical aspect of it, you must have to have a divine connection to God. God, restoration is in the will of God. So, LSOG has come to restore the values, like my sister spoke earlier, of Abia State. Restoration of payments of salaries, restoration payment of pensioners, the restoration of the dignity of man, the respect of man, being able to put man first before self, being able to put community first before self. So we have come to fully restore Abia, and I believe at the end of the day, even at 8 months, the development strides that have come from this government is far bigger, far superior than any that has come in the last 24 years. So we've come from 24 years of hopelessness and not enough opportunity of rot. So we are now going to restore the opportunities, the values of the Abia people, to make sure that Abia is not just number one in alphabetical order, but number one in education, number one in healthcare, number one in infrastructure development. So that's my assessment of the government.
Okay, like you have said, we believe that going
it's not me saying, it's the entire state.
Okay, the entire state.
Yes.
Okay.
For every 10 IBM that you see now, 9 of them will tell you that Dr. Alex Oti is consent, and Dr. Alex Oti is doing everything humanly possible to ensure that the narrative of the other 1% are just indifferent because they are yet to come to see.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And this video Alpha Spin TV, right here we have the member representing Ikwuano, Umuahia North and South Federal Constituency, Right Honorable Obi Aguocha, right here with us. And before we forge ahead, I would like to ask you a wonderful question, sir. Yeah. You've toured around this wonderful facility. You've seen the Spin 95.3 FM studios. You've seen the Alpha Spin TV studios also.
I've seen your staff.
Yeah, you've seen our staff, our boards, our management. Yeah. What do you have to say about this wonderful staff?
You said choose you can have a fantastic outfit. And if you don't have staff that are enthusiastic about the opportunities that is being created here, staff that are willing, able, and available to provide services, then the edifice will just fall apart. So the management has built a fantastic edifice. Now what it takes is not the technology that I see in front of me or that I've seen in the studios. It's the human, the human capital that are available right now to ensure that this becomes not just the best television, radio outfit in Abia, but to become the best in the country. And you have the talent and the digital equipment to be able to achieve that. So what I saw today are people, staff members, friends, but mostly staff members who themselves are enthused. They're very happy, they're wearing beautiful smiles, and are always helpful to all of us that have come to partake in this glorious outfit. So what I saw is the dedication of their staff, and the management did fantastically well, in my view, in putting together these bright, young men and women who are now the current staffs of the establishment. So I'm very impressed with what I've seen today. And hopefully within the next 1 year, within the next 2 years or 3 years, when we still come back here, this place will still remain the best of the best of opportunities, the best of talent, and the best of services, both on radio and TV.
Okay, a quick one. When you talk about democracy, it's all about the people. Mm-hmm. At this point, I believe the people or your constituents right here in Ikwuano, Umuahia North and South Federal Constituency will be eager to hear from you your plans for them. Like I know you have so many plans for this wonderful constituency. Can we just have a look at what before the year runs out, like what you intend to do in this constituency? Because we know so many politicians become during campaigns, you know how they do it during campaigns. We're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to build this. But I know you have your own blueprints. So what do you have in store for the people of Umuahia, Ikwuano, Federal Constituency?
Well, my governor has already set the pace. Okay. So we can't go below what the governor is already doing. So for me, being a foot soldier of my government, being a firm believer in the development aspirations of Ikwuano, Umuahia North and Umuahia South, I'm happy that I have a futuristic governor who's moving, not just kicking the can down the road, but who has systemically started to put things in place that people can see. So for me, as a House of Reps member, we've passed a fantastic budget, which includes a whole lot of projects for Ikwuano, Umuahia North and Umuahia South. those projects run into multi-million naira projects. And the implementation of those projects, we believe, will be within the next month or two. They will be visible and they will be transparent for every constituent to be able to see. Now, in the meantime, what we are doing in my office is that because of the love that I have and passion that I have for education, we are going to pay scholarship, give scholarship opportunities to 200 people in my federal constituency, both at the tertiary, primary, and secondary education. So that is ongoing right now. We have development projects, road construction projects in most of the dilapidated areas of Ikwuano, Umuahia, most especially in Ikwuano, where we have erosion and lessons. We're going to do, at least within this budget cycle, 2 erosions, one in Ibereta and one in Aramusaka ward. And then we're doing one in Eziama, Ubakala, and we're going to do one in Ishokata, in our home community. These are the first phase. We're going to do a whole lot of school rehabilitations, medical center rehabilitations. We have budgeted close to about 450 million naira for the rehabilitation of our healthcare facilities. And just like I said, other social welfare opportunities, medical outreaches in all the wards of Ikwuano, Umuahia. We have 32 wards. So we want to do medical outreach because a whole lot of our people have different scales of elements that are happening to them. So we hope that we'll be in a position to be able to assist them. But the most important thing that we're going to do for Ikwuano, Umuahia, North and Umuahia is to change their mindset, to say it is possible to be what you can be, to develop along the same pace that the government is developing, to be able to attract foreign investment opportunities there, to be able to attract many Abians who have the capacity to come and invest in Abia State to be able to help to grow Abia State further. So there are so many things we're going to do as a constituency, but we are going to tag along both in the Senate and tag along both in the state government to ensure that every opportunity that comes from the national government is attracted to Abia.
Okay. This is still AfroSpin TV, and we also have right here, like I said earlier, the member representing Umuahia North and South, and also Ikwuano Federal Constituency, right?
The best federal constituency.
The best. Yes. I love that because I'm from that particular federal constituency. Yes. And at this point in time, I'd like to, you said something about Arian while giving your statements, Arian. And I'm so concerned with Aramushaka that Aramushaka has some issues about erosion gully.
Erosion gully is not just erosion gully is that we have dilapidated infrastructure.
Yes.
No road, no utility access.
So what's your plan towards
that? That's what I've just said to you. My passion is actually Ikwuano, because I would like to see Ikwuano develop more at an accelerated pace to catch up to the 2 Umuahias and to that Ikwuano within the next 4 years can even compete, not just number 1, number 2, but to be within the top tier of 1 to 5 of the most progressive governments. We have a performing mayor now, Osinachi, who's doing fantastic work. Now, if you start from Aramusaka, all the way to Umuahia, which is Mudike area, there are no functional hospitals in those places. A population of close to about 500 to 600,000 people. No functional hospital, everybody has to come to Umuahia. But the good news now is that the FMC in Umuahia has been upgraded to a federal teaching hospital. So with that, we will still have to have an FMC in Umuahia, federal medical facility. It is my proposition that we move FMC currently in Umuahia, having been upgraded to the teaching hospital. FMC should be in Ikwuano to open up that space. I also believe that Ikwuano is too large a local government to just be one local government. That Ikwuano, through legislation, an amendment to our constitution, should be able to have 2 local governments. I'm happy that the senator representing Abia Central is from Ikwuano. So it's a double-edged sword for Ikwuano people, because I will be pushing from one side, and the senator will be pushing from one side. And that will, I think, in the next 4 years, will all get work for.
All right, you were an advocate of speaking truth to power.
Yes.
Like, I've seen so many publications of you speaking truth to power. You've spoken to the former president of Nigeria, Buhari. You have spoken to him.
In regards to Mazana.
Yes,
I got one.
Yeah, yes.
And I will always speak to power that the continued arrest and detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is intentional, is political, and just because of a systemic bias of a president before. But what I'm asking the president currently is not to be held hostage by the prejudice of the other president that held Nnamdi Kanu or his observations of the Southeast. Southeast is a great geopolitical zone. We have the capacity to surpass every other person. Every other economy in Nigeria is built by the Southeast.
You're speaking about the economy, and why I spoke about you being so bold to speak truth to power.
Why don't you just speak truth to them?
Because right now, I'd like to draw you to this part of the palliatives which the federal government actually released for states.
The ones released for state, Abia State has released their own to the individuals.
Can you categorically say that every local government...
I don't believe in rice palliatives.
Okay.
I don't believe in rice palliatives because once you eat the rice now, nothing more. But what I feel the government ought to be able to do is look at our unemployment deficits. Well, look at the forex, where the forex is almost reaching to $1 to 1,500 naira.
Just very close. Very close.
Now look at our debt portfolio, whereby every revenue we have, every revenue that comes into the country, we pay 95% of that to servicing the debt. Look at the World Bank projection. What efforts are we putting to put adequate infrastructure?
So you don't believe in...
I don't believe in rice. I don't believe in rice palliative.
Not even rice.
Any palliative. No, but there are some palliatives that are good.
Okay.
If you now come and say the money that we have saved from subsidy removal is good enough to build fantastically hospitals, to reduce medical tourism. When you reduce medical tourism, you can now invest that money here in Nigeria, pay more doctors, pay more nurses, build more schools, give more scholarship opportunities for people. When you invest in human capital, what you're doing is that you're building a workforce for the future. But right now, nobody cares. You have 40% increase in the cost of food. People are no longer eating. There's hunger in the land. People are no longer producing food. The government doesn't have enough in their reserve to feed their population. So what you will see, the food that we don't have, people will begin to go into the streets. There will be chaos. There will be security issues. That will be killing each other all for nothing.
Sir, did you receive this palliative?
Which one?
This rice palliative.
From the state?
From the federal government.
No, we've not, as a legislature. No, we've not received any.
Okay, you haven't received.
We have not received it. We are expectant that it will come. If Minister of Agriculture does the needful, as we agreed with Mr. President, in order to make sure that the grassroots gets all the necessary and adequate attention in terms of rice palliative. But we have not received it till today. So most of the people you saw that did it in their own evolution.
Okay, that's a good one. I believe the people of Umuahia, Ikwuano, Federal Constituency have had this, that the member representing Ikwuano, Umuahia North and South Federal Constituency has categorically stated that he hasn't received this palliative from the federal government.
If you received it for a load of, or 1.5 trillion based on the cost of the rice, so if you receive 1.5 trailer load of rice. Are you going to eat it alone?
Okay.
So you bring it and make sure that especially the downtrodden, the big men don't need the rice. It is the people, the poor masses who are. But I don't want them to depend on the rice. We need to be able to ensure that we have adequate skills to help them to produce for their own consumption and the extra for cooperatives.
Okay, at this juncture, I'd like to hear from you, sir. You know the economic meltdown in the country, the inflation rate right now in Nigeria, and the people of Ikwuano were not in South Federal because they are not exempted from this bronze. I'd like you to say something to them. What do you have to say to this wonderful person?
What would I say to them? What would I say to them that will cure their hunger? Nothing I would say to them to cure their hunger.
At least you have something.
But what I can say is,
yes,
I feel your pain.
Good.
Because I'm going through the same pressure. Maybe not at the same degree. Most of them are going. But it's not about what I would say, it's what all of us can do to have a rising tide of opportunities. Those who have opportunities to go to school, those who have opportunities for skill acquisition, and then reinvestment of government in agriculture. Agriculture has been our mainstay, not oil. But if we go back and reinvest in agriculture, we should be able to feed not just ourselves, but feed our neighboring countries. Because Nigeria is a huge market. And also, I met a beautiful lady today, she's in the World Bank. Right? And I know that when she goes up, I'm going to be disturbing her to ensure that she gives me all the necessary help. And that she gives me all the necessary attention to put in place adequate measures that will get us to start eating. A lot of people are not eating now. A lot of people eat once a week with 1 meal a day. Let alone our children many of our children are going to school in hunger. Tell me how that child is going to concentrate in class. Many of our children go to school today, don't have an adequate desk. They're sitting on the floor with dilapidated roofs. Buildings are falling down. So it's not just enough to say government will help us. We should be able to help ourselves too. So that's what I want to preach to our people. All of us are hungry. But then, what are we going to do about the hunger? Let's go to farms. Plant food, enough food for our self-consumption. The extras, you can know what to do with the extras. But first of all, government must, as an urgent priority, invest heavily on agriculture, in education, and healthcare, and security. Because without security, then every other thing is let loose. And that's why I've been preaching, releasing Nambigano, because all these people who are committing all these crimes and criminalities are using Nambigano's name because that he is in detention to commit all these atrocities.